Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Fen Dunlock and Imperial Guard versus Space Marines. Who's been naughty then? For the Blue Guard team, K.A.F and an Inquisitor. An offensive hero with powerful control abilities begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons alongside the King of Pythons, and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue. Really strong defense and support can also add to the retinue to give him even more abilities and stuff. Alongside, rounded off the team, Piluco and a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support fighting in melee begins with a shield, can shoot his own fellows in the head to encourage them. Got a Sentinel up in it. On the red Space Marine team, Ligt and a Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Got some Lamenters style gear going on. Alongside Techmarine, this is AngryMangoGuy. Starts off with a ranged weapon, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs, and some Blood Ravens here in it. And rounded off the team, it's Bob, with a Force Commander, versatile frontline hero with powerful offense, disruption and support for the Emperor. And we have some more Blood Ravens. This is the southeast corner against that Lord Commissar. This is a pretty strong Imperial Guard lineup of players. I feel like these are all very experienced and strong Guard players. So we'll see how the Space Marine fellas can hold up. I mean, they're all pretty experienced as well, I think. But we'll see. Scouts taking a whole bunch of focus fire immediately, have to run off. Techmarine trying to help out. But he's going to be met with a whole bunch of las guns. Look at that. Look at that volley of fire on the Techmarine's face. Has to flee. But he makes it. Bob has backed off a bit now. There's Kraken bolts for 20% more damage to heavy armor, heavy infantry armor, which is what the Sentinel uses. That forced it to back off. Commissar's busy capping. Yeah, get enough las guns together, eventually you can do some work. They didn't like all that. Space Marines do typically start a bit slowly in a 3v3 because you just have your scouts and your marines early on, and the scouts can't really do a huge amount with just their bolt guns. Devastators on the way for Ligt and also for Bob, and we got double tax for AngryMangoGuy. Can they get some ground back in those second engagements then? These guys are going to take some heavy cover on those sandbags. The node was bashed. Sentinel comes forward for a stomp. Oh, to fake the stomp. Or rather, just to break the cover, I think, more likely. Devastators with a heavy bolter then. Can suppress all this infantry and do heavy damage to the Sentinel if it gets close. It's forcing it to back off. It stops the Guard player being so aggressive with their Sentinel when there's Devastators on the field, typically. Some Marines here from Ligt helping out. Forcing melee combat on the Guardsmen. They can't fight their las guns. And Guardsmen pretty bad in melee. Do they lose to absolutely everything? Do they beat Guardians maybe because of their numbers? Maybe. Not default Guardsmen generally. But if they got their Sergeant, maybe they do. Although the Sergeant's not exactly good in combat. It's like single digit DPS on that guy. You know, like a Plague Champion in melee. Techmarines here with the Mastercrafted Bolter. Gonna help pick off those Guardsman models nice and quick. Maybe high-powered shot on the Commissar if he tries to make a run-in like this. Techmarine got shot down by the smoke there, which messed up his distance. High-powered shot was popped on the Lord Commissar, though, I think. Or maybe that was just a burst from the Devastators. These tacks are busy capping with that fast cap. Sentinel's getting the ground pound. Commissar is chasing down these Devastators here. And he does not get the power sword first. He gets the carapace armor first. Make himself a bunch tougher. 200 hit points and some good health regen. Also gives him some buffs when he uses Inspire Courage. Here comes the Lord General. He's got his shotguns for move. And stabilizers for some healing. Meanwhile, natural power of the Space Marines, natural VP of the Space Marines being decapped. Apothecary's got himself the Purification Vials. Catachans on the field for K.A.F. Spotters for both of the other Guard players, and Assault Marines coming in for Ligt and Bob. Back to the southeast then. There are those Assault Marines. Can jump into the back lines and mess with the Guardsmen. This is all the healing from the stabilizers. You're seeing those green hexagons there. And move to reposition. Reinforcing his retinue, Derek and Nigel. Yeah, but the brute force of the assault squad just to bully the back lines does so much for you. Are they going to get catechins over here? K.A.F goes tier 2. Still got the Sentinel to stomp the assault marines, I guess. And no sign of a power sword yet on the Lord Commissar. Maybe he's waiting for the tier 2 heavy melee weapons. 2-1 for the Space Marines now. Some good pressure against the power, but can they get any bashing done? I think it's going to be tough. Many las guns. And that Commissar mixing it up as well. Pushing back now the Guard. And look for this power maybe. Meanwhile, towards the northwest. Well done, Ligt. Got all the way through. And Decap the VP also got this natural wreck point and is power bashing with the Flamer. All supported by Devastators. Ligt had to retreat the Apothecary though. And guess all the gens were got. I'm not sure if it was full. It probably was. Catechins disrupting the Devastators with their grenade barrage. The submarines happy to jump in. Catechins do have power melee weapons so they can threaten them up close. Looks like they just wanted to disrupt in and run away. These tacks also run away. And I don't think he lost any models there, Ligt. That's pretty clean. Pretty clean push and pretty clean getaway. Some assistance there from the King of Pythons. Here comes a Chimera for K.A.F. I was thinking maybe he was going tier 2 quickly to get a Bane Wolf going. Doesn't seem to be the case though. Maybe a Chimera and a Bane Wolf, innit? Tier 2s all round aside from Ligt, who got the Vials and a Flamer, and the Assault Marines spent a bunch of power. Scouts also got their Sergeant Grenade. Catechins spot it and get away. They're trying to put up an improvised explosive. Can they put it over the wall? They can, look at that. I guess they just chucked it over there. We're going to see a whole bunch of plasma guns, probably, from all these guardsmen in tier 2 as well. There's that Chimera. Support the vehicle for the Guard. They can reinforce off it, jump inside of it, and when they do jump inside of it, they can operate these little turrets on the top there. That's extra firepower. I'm not sure how much DPS they do. It seems to be decent when you see it in action. 363 to 486. Assault squad jumping in. Starting to see some plasma guns from the Guardsmen. There's the Vials chucked in there. That is nasty. Really nasty. I don't think anything was lost. Assault squad continue to be amazing, supported by that Apothecary doing so much work here. Devastator's getting some shots in, and a Librarian on the field for AngryMangoGuy. Can chuck out a Smite. Has some good support abilities with his Gate of Infinity. Amazing, especially when you're supporting Terminators with it. You can also chuck Veil of Time on the setup team so that remove their setup time, which is awesome. Devastator Plasma Cannon on the way for AngryMangoGuy. That's a feature that I'm surprised we haven't seen repeated anywhere. No other abilities in the game remove setup time from setup teams. Might be nice to see it somewhere else. But it's also nice to have unique things here and there, I guess. All the Guardsmen jump inside the Chimera and back away. There's the tier 2 for Ligt. That is pretty late tier 2, eh? It's floating tons of requisition. Assault squad dropped a single model, and there's Thunder and Lightning queued up. Are you guys getting a missile launcher? No. It's not queued up, I mean. Got grenaded. He frag grenaded it. Chimera backs off then. So, yeah, 2 plasma guardsmen for K.A.F. Soon to be 2 for King of Pythons, and Piluco has 2 as well. And King of Pythons might get 3. That's going to be, what, 14 plasma guns if all of these... They get 3 each, don't they? I think they get 3 each, not 2. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of plasma guns. 21 potentially if they all get plasma guns. It's a lot of plasma. Speaking of plasma... plasma cannon can't quite get a shot off. It does have the Veil of Time, or at least it did. 326 to 458 on the VPs. And look at that, Inferno Pistol in for the Inquisitor, good damage to all targets. And you can throw out some Judgment, which usually scares something away, but if you're lucky you can actually judge the target and did a whole bunch of damage. It's also always fun to see. 322 to 458 on the VPs. Librarian popping his force barrier. The relay beacon's been called in by the Lord General to reinforce stuff with his Vox operator. Sentinel getting way too close, I think. Las cannon in for those devastators over there. Don't see any missile launchers or anything though. Plasma cannon gets a good shot. The Sentinel did go down. And now we have a melter gun, Lord General. He can also yell, fight harder, to make his allies shoot more often. It's handy. Las cannon getting shots on the Chimera there. Power bashing Inquisitor alongside the Catachan Devils. Lots and lots of pressure from the Guard. Huge amounts of it. Can the Space Marines finally break out? There's tier 3 for AngryMangoGuy. Ogren's on the way for K.A.F. They can help against these Assault Marines, which are continuing to be very effective, although pinned back a lot their side. Librarian on the field, of course, with his Psychic Hood. And his Cap-in. I think it's just like... It's almost infinite range on the Gate of Infinity. It's very, very, very long range. I don't think it's quite infinite. This guy's got his 4 staff, of course. That's how we saw that barrier. 322 to 398. And Stone Guard veterans in for Ligt. For a moment, I thought it was going to be a Venerable Dreadnought, which would have been very fun. Assault Squad, again, doing huge amounts of work. They are getting quite low. There's the heal. There's the heal. A lot of plasma guns, eh? Stern Guard using their Hellfire rounds. These guys can switch between ammo types to combat all targets. Hellfire are acid rounds, doing damage over time to all this light infantry here. We are limited to one of those guys. Ogren's bullying some Devastators now with Use Your Head. 314 to 396, 2-1 cap for the Space Marines. They do have a VP lead as well. They've pushed back very well against the Guard. Thunderhammer Force Commander in play now with Artificer and Teleporter packs. We can teleport into the groups of Guardsmen and smack them all around. We do indeed see the Power Sword for the Commissar and Aura of Discipline too. Tier 3 for Piluco. Got huge amounts of requisition. Can rebuild the gen here, maybe. Ogren's trying to cap under fire. Devastators with Veil of Time. Able to set up immediately. But there's the artillery spotter shell coming in. Pythons had a spotter too, right? Guess it was lost along the way in the big fights. Librarian versus Inquisitor. Not sure what is her melee DPS when she has this. Doesn't tell me. Probably still like 30 odd. Quite decent. Librarian with that inspiration on kill. Very handy. Nothing yet in tier 3 for AngryMangoGuy. What is this? Oh, that's the relay beacon again to reinforce all these fellas. 296 to 393. I was going to say they're kind of blundering into a corner there, the Space Marines, but I think they're okay-ish. These guys could jump that blob, surely, the Assault Marines. There they go. Lots of disruption. But then they need to run. There are other Assault Marines in there. And there's the vials. Look at the death. All those 3s popping up. That's dead Guardsmen. Wow. Don't think any of them were wiped. That was huge, huge damage. And they will reinforce very cheaply and quickly because of their squad leaders. Apothecary's got an Anointed Power Axe now. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen this. Draining energy on hit. Some power melee weapon damage. What is this? Chimera being used to power bash alongside the Guardsmen who all run because of Plasma Cannon Fear. Techmarine level 4. Double Ogren's for K.A.F. Okay then. I wonder if that's because, you know, Terminators and Land Raider. Ogren's will smash both of them pretty well unless it's Lightning Claw Terminators. 278 to 377. Force Commander on decapping duty. And there's some tacks here that can try to grab this node, I suppose. It might be worth grabbing that wreck point first, though. Plasma's shooting up the Force Commander. Spotters... Oh, they throw smoke on him. I thought they were going to disrupt him. I guess you could pop the battle cry and not be disrupted. Meanwhile, kicking off in the mid big time. That's a melter bomb on the Chimera, and that's a huge amount of disruption on the Ogrins. With double shotgun scouts there, and plasma cannon getting shots in. Sternguard are getting ripped apart by plasma guns. They're all able to get away. And the Ogrins soaked up huge amounts of damage there. But they did very well with disruption there, the red team. Piluco with a Stormlord on the way. It's kind of a more anti-infantry focused super heavy tank. Within a big Vulcan Mega Bolter, which is like Inferno PvP damage. Very bad news for all the Space Marine fellas. A full retinue for the Lord General, calling in that beacon again. Doing some great work with it. Ogrins can reinforce now. 12 power to reinforce those guys, eh? Not cheap. What was that? How did they get... Did they grenade themselves or something, the scouts there? That was weird. 239 to 366. Assault squad runs. And here comes the Force Commander. Look at that disruption. Hammer just knocking stuff all over the gaff. Huge pressure though from the guard again. These waves of pressure that the Space Marines are having to fight back against. The double Ogrins doing some great work. All in retreat at the moment. A Chimera was got, so they can't reinforce off it no more. Assault squad tearing through some Catachans. Level 3, these guys. What about the other fellas? Level 2? Still nothing in tier 3 for AngryMangoGuy, eh? And saving up power. Got a Land Raider most likely. Plasma Cannon. Would have been a good shot. He's got the red for Terminators or a Venerable Dreadnought if he wants as well. Love to see a Venerable dropped in amongst all that infantry. Techmarine revives the Apothecary, levels to 6. Apothecary heals himself so he can stay in play. Force Commander continues to harass this side. Looks like he's going to get away. Devastators to cover the retreat. Looks like he had a little break there, the Force Commander, while retreating. There's tier 3 for K.A.F, the last player to go. Commissar is still level 1. It's hard to kill Marines, I guess, eh? Plasma Cannon power bashing. Sternguard using Vengeance rounds to shoot down the gens. And they have hit back pretty good here. There's that Stormlord, though. And here comes a Stormblade now. That massive plasma blast gun, I think it's called. Commissar looking to get around the Devastators. Pack's now shooting him. Assault squad jumping into the guardsman there. And yeah, Commissar needs to run. So where's the Stormlord gonna go? Just hanging out here for now. 211 to 317 on the VPs. Great performance so far from the Space Marine players. Dealing with the pressure and hitting back hard, getting on the VPs. Librarian's being used well, the Hero's being used well, Assault Marine's being used incredibly well. And the 2-1 is still in. 100-something VP lead. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Bob. Another Plasma Cannon this time for Ligt. Lehman Russ for Piluco. Stormlord is now making a move. Was waiting for support, I suppose. And there's that Vulcan Mega Bolter. It's also got las cannons and a heavy bolter. I think it's 100 DPS, the Inferno PvP. Pretty nuts. And it can suppress with those heavy bolters as well. 180 to 317. Kicking off in the mid. Big push here from K.A.F. Bringing double Ogrins. Gets shotgun blasted. Good timing on that again. And there's marked target on the Ogrins now. That's from the Signum Armor. Rocket run though. Ouch. Big ouch. Hit both of them decently well, but they did mess up the Ogrins as well. They messed up the Ogrins quite badly with the marked target also. Did they lose anything? Don't think the Space Marine fellas lost anything there, but it messed up the terrain, that's for sure. Anything else for the Inquisitor? She has her Purgatus. There it is. Amazing control. Stunning everything around her, doing good damage on the firing too. You can time it well. There's another Land Raider Redeemer on the way this time from Mango. There's a Redeemer. Flamestorm cannons, multi-melter on top, and a twin into Salt Cannon. None of these are amazing against vehicles. I guess the las cannons would win the fight for the Stormlord at range. Don't think the Land Raider wants to drive close enough for the multi-melter. And that's what the Plasma Blast Gun can do. It's also got las cannons, this guy, but this turret is so big that it can't turn. You need to turn the entire tank. There we go, the overcharged plasma shot. Look at that. It does shut down the weapons for a few seconds, but well worth it. Actually wrecked the ground as well. Plasma cannons coming in though. 169 to 283. There's the Leman Russ with Vanquisher cannon on it. Good versus large targets. Force Commander mixing it up, but he can't do much to these vehicles with his Thunderhammer. Levels to 4. Might see him get his Power Fist going here. Can he get away even? He's going to try it. Guard sitting forward now with a bunch of heavy tanks. The natural VP gets decapped by some sneaky scouts, and we do have some Bullgrins on the field now, but K.A.F. An upgrade for the Ogrins. We only have one of them. They get fancy shields and walls and some better stats. 169 to 280. 2 Land Raiders here. Aggressively, and they got the Leman Russ. They got it. There was a las cannon, there was double missile launch attacks, and the Land Raiders were getting close enough to use their multi-melters. Orbital in the mid. Might get a big hit on the Stormblade. It does. Stormblade is down. Wow. There was some Vengeance round Stern Guard there, but that was awesome. To see an Orbital take out a Stormblade. It's even got its own wreck these days. Awesome. Unique wrecks. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're turning into Bullgrins. These are King of Pythons Ogrins. They'll get their health back when the Bullgrins come in. They may need to instantly run. Nope, they're going after something. Using the use your shield to suppress stuff. Although, there we go. They are getting suppressed. I think the Land Raider gives you some suppression resistance around it in its aura. But it would have been suppressed quicker. 169 to 252. The Stormlord is still going. The Stormblade taken care of. We've got some Assault Terminators now for Bob. 169 to 251. Another Leman Russ for Piluco. Wants to get the Vanquishers, I guess, to take out the Land Raiders, but there's a lot of anti-vehicle now on the red team. With those double missile launcher guys. Oh, something just died on Bob's army. Was that scouts? Just saw the roster lose a square there, but I'm not sure what it was. Power bashing the double missile launchers now. Chuck the vials into the bunker, but I don't think there was anything inside of it. Is that going to be a repair bunker? Because you can reinforce off the Stormlord. You don't get any health regen, but just being able to reinforce is huge. You can also jump inside of it. Ouch! That was a hell of a plasma cannon shot. Good grief. They kill like 10 models. 169 to 228. Now if they can force a big retreat back to one of the Land Raiders, they can punish that with a rocket run maybe. Back to the mid of the guard. There's use your shield to suppress. Stormlord moving up. Force Commander in the back there, and that's a rocket run. Force Commander sticking with his hammer for now. He's doing some great work with it. There's another orbital coming as well. Force Commander just leveled to I think 5, but it might be 6 by now. All of the beams on the same spot. Pretty much. More vials going on. Stormlord now backing off. They did get the Land Raider down a bit. And there's Bullgrins and Ogrins there that can chase it. Frag Assault, I assume, has been used already. And there's a Leman Russ too. Can they get the Land Raider down? Can they brute force this thing? They cannot. The Bullgrins run. Is it another Vanquish Leman Russ? It is. It does get the longer cannon, but it's not always easy for me to see from certain angles. Another orbital thrown in. 135 to 227. Double cap for the Space Marines. Their rosters are looking a little bit lighter now, though, eh? They have been losing stuff in these big fights that I've been missing, I guess. Ligt lost some Marines for sure. AngryMangoGuy lost some Marines for sure because he had 2. Assault Terminator is getting messed up. Yeah, they're a great target for that Stormlord. Bullgrins backing off again. Those are Python's Bullgrins, I think. Yeah. And there's another Stormblade, this time from K.A.F. Might be worth some Manticore shenanigans here as well, eh? We're seeing big blobs of marine stuff sometimes. And the guardsmen get themselves back into this game. Artillery spotter is trying to cap. Frantic repairs. And a force barrier. Land Raider pushing forward to do a frag assault. Messed up those guys. Another rocket run. How many? Is that some friendly fire there from the overcharged plasma? And they get the force commander down. They're going after the Land Raider pretty aggressively here. Bullgrin's toughing it out. Did they wipe? I think they wiped. Yeah, those are Python's Bullgrin's trying to get the kill. Frantic stuff. Give me the UI, please. There we go. Lord General reinforcing his Vox operator and gets a decat. 2 super heavy tanks and a Lehman Russ on the mid. Can they hold? Python is down to triple guardsman. But triple guardsman with plasmas can do sort of a huge amount of work for you. There's that purgation. Amazing stuff. And she has her mandate to help her cap. Yep, we got a Manticore on the way now for Pythons. I think that's a good shout. Space Marines might need to look to the Guard's natural VP now. Cyclone missile launcher getting a shot in. Or a volley in, I guess. Don't think it hit much vehicles though. Assault Terminator is getting pummeled by fire from all angles. Including many plasma guns. Wow, they stayed there for way too long, I felt like. Almost got down to a single model, but they had 2 somehow. Look at this, the Guard also putting pressure on this natural. There's marked target on those Bullgrins, increasing the damage they take by, is it 40% or 30? It's 40%. Massive debuff. Look how well they lasted in there though. They still level 1, those Bullgrins. You get some range damage resistance with those shields, especially when they use the user shield. It gives them even more, I think. 71 to 227. Are you going to try and run up there? Nope. Trying to gather themselves. Now the Space Marines. Another Land Raider Redeemer for Ligt. Is that what is needed right now? I mean, what else do you get? Plasma cannons are great, but as soon as something pushes on them, they're gone. They have to leave. There's that force barrier. I mean, if everyone got a librarian and changed those force barriers together, that would be pretty good, I think. Yeah, I was thinking another Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminator squad, but that's not what Ligt is going for. In fact, he doesn't have the red for that anyway. What am I hearing over here? Some Plasma Guardsmen harassing this side. But we do see a push over here with Ligt and Bob's Force Commander. Bob's Force Commander on the VP. These guys trying to run interference. There's vials again. Is it time for advanced healing on this Apothecary as well? Manticore strike on the Force Commander's face. And he pops the battle cry, so there's Zinger knocked over. Oh, he doesn't quite get the cap. That was so close. And these Vanguard veterans may not get out. They do not get out. Those are Bob's. Still got his Assault Terminators though. Killing. That was weird. They killed that Guardsman. Didn't seem to do an inspiration. Maybe I just missed it. There's an inspiration there. I mean, inspirations don't inspire other Terminators, so maybe I just didn't see the other yellow circle. This Manticore is driving forward for some reason. 2-to-1 cap for the Guard. Commissar mixing it up in melee. Very brave, those Terminators. But they have to go all in on the natural now, the Space Marines. Try to drag one of these super heavy vehicles away. I don't know if it would drag them away though. Because K.A.F has the Ogrins and the Bullgrins over there, if he wants. And yeah, we got each of the players has a Manticore now. Those guys are just sitting on the VP. This is very tough for the Space Marines now. And they have triple Land Raiders. But I don't think you can run up on these tanks with them. I mean, you can try. The frag assaults are really nice. But unless they are wiping the Guardsmen, they're not going to care too much. They can just reinforce quickly and easily and cheaply off the Stormlord. Techmarine, he was looking for Orb of the Omnissiah there. Might get shot to death. The Gartus. This Land Raider's getting a bit low. Those guys are persuaded to leave. Stone Guard veterans using vengeance rounds against Ogrins because Ogrins are super heavy infantry. These guys level 4, by the way. There's a melter bomb on the Stormlord. And the Stone Guard, did they just get wiped? No, they didn't. A couple of them died, but they were reinforcing off the Land Raider. 71 to 158. Mid VP is decapped. And it's a small miracle that the Space Marines have managed that, I think. With 3 Manticores on the field. Land Raiders are pushing. Look at this. The Techmarine getting an Orb on here. He's still down. Maybe it's just another Melter Bomb. What is Stone Guard doing? They're meleeing. They're meleeing the Stormblade. Terminators are in there. Terminators can use their Power Fist to go after it. Manticore scared off the Land Raider, but they got the Stormblade down. Nicely done. And they got the VP. Space Marines with a 2-to-1 cap now. Some rocket runs going on. But what an amazing push from the Space Marines. Awesome, awesome play by those guys. Can they get out okay, though? They're retreating back to the Land Raider, which needs some repairs for sure. They got Bob's Land Raider down, by the way, at some point. I didn't see. Apothecary might get shot to death. Another rocket run. How many has that been? Like 5? It's the Lord General trying to cap the VP. Trying to reinforce his retinue as he does so. Vials tucked in the back there. How did the Apothecary manage that? All 3 Space Marine heroes down, by the way. All 3 Imperial Guard heroes alive and well. Looks like, have you got a plasma gun? Oh, that's someone else's plasma gun on the floor. Still got his mastercrafted bolter. Need that to suppress the Ogrins and the Bulgrins. Okay. The rampant death has settled momentarily, and the Inquisitor is capping mid. And the Guard just keep on coming. Land Raider taking hits, so the Manticore has to back away. There's a level 10 Apothecary. Where's that enhanced healing bug? More Manticores. Bloody hell, there's going to be 4 of them on the field. And it's so hard to approach now. But he somehow managed it before when I thought it was very difficult. Amazing stuff. 53 to 158. What a game so far. Who's this? That's the Force Commander capping his power back. This is Stone Guard veterans having a look at the VP. They are fast cappers, so they can get it decapped super quickly. And maybe vengeance rounds on these Manticores, eh? I hear a Manticore strike somewhere. Manticores, for those that don't know, you need to manually target each of the missiles, so they're a very micro-intensive artillery piece to have to use. You can't just sit them there and let them shoot. You can chuck out the missiles pretty quickly though, I guess. Okay, can the Stern Guard get a decap before a rain of rockets comes down on them? They can. Nice quick decap. Here comes a whole bunch of plasma now, and they run. Well worth it. Although Ogrins and Bulgrins on retreat path and kicking off in the mid as well. With Manticore strikes, the Stern Guard I think do make it out over there. Top of your screen. AngryMangoGuy asking for nades and nukes. Well, the purification file did go in. Apothecary slays the Inquisitor, so no more Purgatus from her. Looks like the Fist of Brockus though on the Lord Commissar, chasing off the Techmarine. I guess Ligt used Larimer's Blessing at some point to revive everyone. Apothecary goes down again though. Techmarine did make it out. There is a plasma cannon in the mid as well. We've got those vehicles over there. Land Raider with the Frag Assault. Did he wipe Guardsmen? I think he might have wiped some Guardsmen there with it. Left side of your screen. Although that Commissar maybe got away. Alrighty. Bulgrins on to some Devastators. What was that? Not sure what that was. Was that an artillery shell that hit the Bulgrins? Maybe. Heavy mortar shell, yeah. 53 to 134. Bob getting a plasma cannon. There's 2 of them for the Mango. There's one Land Raider remaining. I have nukes, says MangoGuy. Look at this. 6, 7 Manticores and a Stormlord. This is what they have to push. Ligt looking to this natural VP again, which is smart. The body's in the mid. Inquisitor almost level 4. Still has that Inferno pistol. Librarian versus Commissar. Librarian gets smacked down. Might need to run. Big engagement kicking off. The Stone Guard going for that decap. Under fire using Annation. No fear for damage resistance. There's the orbital. Did not spread the beams out. I think he's trying to get all the damage on the Stormlord. Land Raider getting Manticored. Did the Stone Guard get a decap? I don't think they did actually. Mid is uncapped now. Assault Terminators take down the Lehman Russ. There's some regular Terminators in there too. Does Bob have a Librarian? Or does someone else have a Librarian? There's Bergatus. I don't think there's Terminators getting away. What about the Assault Fellas though? Assault Fellas I think are okay. Regular Terminators do not get away. Hammer of the Witch is there from the Inquisitor. Big push from the Space Marine fellas. Dislodged some stuff from the mid, but I don't think they destroyed any Manticores with that nuke. Seem to focus on the Stormlord, maybe because they had good luck with it before taking out the earlier Stormblade. Level 8 Lord General, 53 to 109. The Guard are not hanging back, they're pushing up. Need to create space for the cap on the mid. Inquisitor trying to get close for something. Has to throw her mandate up. Look at the Manticore strikes. And a rocket run again. Terminator's getting dislodged by it. I don't think they can get away now. So much damage so quickly, down they go. Nasty. Was that like 5 Manticore strikes all at once into a rocket run? Another rocket run. Like 10 of them. Terminator's able to teleport away. Teleported off to the side there to avoid it. Space Marine rosters are, yeah, I'm going to say they're very depleted and they just conceded there, but they fought supremely valiantly against all that stuff in the mid. Level 5 Inquisitor here for K.A.F. The King of Pythons. Level 9 Lord General. It's so much. I wonder how much health stabilizers regenerated throughout the whole fight. Insane. Melter guns doing huge amounts of work, buffing all of those plasma guardsmen as well. Level 9 Lord Commissar. A level 10 Apothecary. Maybe advanced healing would have been good. But there's so much damage. Level 10 Techmarine. Level 9 Force Commander. Did all these guardsmen get level 4? They must have. Yeah, all that plasma. Incredible stuff. Awesome game. Big thanks to this place for duking it out. Big thanks to you guys for watching. I'm not sure who sent this in, but big thanks to them too. And I'll see you guys next time.